Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment. I am your host, MeleeWizard. We've got a portal. Let's find out if it just being open is just a cosmetic thing, or if I can actually go through it. Okay. Weird. The brazier has long since run dry of oil, only ashes remain at the bottom.
I'm gone.
Pen's note. This note has been written with remarkable penmanship upon the finest parchment. Vaxis, if you are reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task and have been forced to use the escape route I arranged. I told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous. In any case, you'll need to lay low for a while. The dustmen may be deluded, but they are not fools, and they will certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the hive, preferably in Ragpicker's Square. The dustmen will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you have secured a new hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Farod is getting those bodies he's delivering to the mortuary. It's apparently causing the dustmen a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that that stone-faced dustman in the Gathering Dust Bar, Initiate Emmerich, I think the fool's name is, has been sending out finders to try and mark Farod's movements. See if you can find out how far along he is and hinder his efforts until we know more about Farod's activities. I don't want Emmerich finding out something before we do. Okay then. The sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There is no lid. The exterior seems to be made
Chief, I won't fail you again, I swear.
Okay. So... where do we...
What's up?
How do I talk to you again?
This is it.
Yeah? Huh? What?
Let's see. Okay, that's...
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Fine.
I'm gone.
Oh, there's a door here. How the heck was I supposed to know there was a door here? Achievement unlocked. Mortuary gate. So we have arrived in Sigil proper.
All right.
Oh boy. I don't feel like talking to everybody.
I've never seen something so ugly I've not.
But you have a name.
Hike off.
See a striking red-haired girl dressed in leather armor. Her right arm is covered with a series of interlocking plates that look as if they were taken from the skin of some creature, and a horned shoulder piece protects her left arm. Oddly enough, she has a tail that is flicking back and forth as you approach. I'm sorry, I'm not used to, I am not familiar with the local parlance, yeah. Fine. I don't feel like,
Lost one of the deaders.
the post. This filthy-looking corpse is in bad shape. Its shoulders are slumped and one of its legs is broken, causing it to lean to one side. Stains covered from head to toe. Judging from the smell and the texture, the stains run from rotten fruit to mud and bird droppings. To add to the indignity, graffiti has been carved into its body and several notices have been nailed to its chest, back, and head. It's probably how it got its name. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tacked on to his back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. The one on his forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant. One on his chest looks like an official notice, and another looks to be some sort of want ad. Wanted, able-bodied person willing to investigate a matter of the utmost importance to the Dustmen cause. Will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with Initiate Naroch, Gathering Dust Bar. One wicked-looking cobblestone is still embedded in the side of its head. Okay. Anything on the graffiti? The graffiti runs from obscenities about the dustmen to slogans glorifying what appear to be local gangs. One piece of graffiti catches your eye. Someone has carved the name Farad on the corpse's left arm, then slashed an X across it. Official notice. Public notice. By the order of the Judiciary Council and in accordance with the citizenry of Sigil, let it be known those defacing a registered servant of the Dustmen, either by graffiti, malicious attack, or by posting notices, will constitute felonious assault, and the perpetrator will be answerable for the vandalism of said servant. Okay. So how big is this area? Well, there's that bar. Hengyar's house. I just want to see. Okay, that goes to somewhere. I want to see.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Surprise. You see a tall creature with a shock of white hair. Its skin has a greenish cast, and a pair of goat horns protrudes from its forehead. It is dressed in long flowing robes and appears to be floating slightly above the ground. The creature turns to face you, and a series of symbols appear around its head. The symbols have a slight glow about them, and they just hover there. Okay. He's a Dabus. They speak in rebuses, these annoying word puzzles. If you don't know what he's saying, then we better find a native or some other way to communicate with him, if we want to. An annoying bunch. I bet they can speak. They just would rather piss everyone else off by trying to puzzle out what they're saying. Chances that they're janitors for the Lady of Pain, who is basically the leader of Sigil. Treating her as anything more than that will get you killed, or worse. They float around, breaking, fixing, and patching up Sigil according to her whims. They're worse than corpse flies. You can't swat them, though, or the lady will get upset. She runs the city. You'll know if you see her. She's got these blades around her face. She's about the size of a giant, and she floats off the ground just like these guys. Nobody knows much about her. She doesn't speak much. All you need to know is that if you don't want to make her angry, if you see her, my advice, run. The Dabus waits patiently, its hands tucked into its sleeves. A series of symbols materialize above its head, then they vanish and a question mark appears. Let's try. You ask the Dabus several questions, trying to get a feel for the rebuses that appear above its head. It is extremely patient throughout your discussion, giving you easy sentences to translate. After a few minutes, you start to get the hang of it. It feels like you've done this before. Alright. This batch of symbols appears over Dabus' head. You think he's saying he's attending to his duty, or duties. Alright. Cool. Yeah, that is a thing. Alright. See, I thought Dabus was a name. The Alley of Dangerous Angles, okay. I don't want to risk something stupid happening because I just broke into somebody's house.
Done.
This man looks haunted. His eyes are half lidded as if he had trouble sleeping, and his hair is long and unkempt. His beard is flexed with bits of dead skin and old bits of food. He doesn't seem to notice you as you approach. The man glances up at the sound of your voice, and his slack expression vanishes. It looks like someone has lit 2 fires in his eyes. What be your business charging into me house? His eyes narrow and his teeth clench. Get, or I'll send you back to whatever grave you crawled from. His man's face turns blood red and he begins shouting, Are ye daft? With a snarl, he spits at your feet. You filthy, scarlet dog. Off with ye, or even the powers won't be able to save your hide. Alright then, fine. I'm gonna assume you don't have much to say either. Thing is, there are the usual alignment stuff. I'm true neutral now. We'll see how long that lasts, one way or another. Yeah, you seem off. Me? Oh, aye. She lowers her voice. You'd best leave. My husband has not been himself of late. You'd best not provoke him with your presence. Yeah. He's been out of sorts of late. A touch of the cough, maybe. Tell me what's wrong, I might be able to help. I think he's done something he regrets. I think he signed one of the dead contracts. I cannot imagine what possessed him to do such a foolish thing. And what is this? The dead, the dustmen, have contracts that give them the right to someone's body after they die. So that would explain all the zombies and skeletons we saw in the mortuary, I think. Animated with their black magics, turned it into one of the walking dead. Make it a worker till it rots away. So he may have been goat eager to bring home some more jink than custom. He's prideful, but I think he's hurt himself more by doing so. Can this contract be undone? Yeah. She looks at you surprised and says, I've tried. I've spoken to the dustman he did the signing with, but he's cold and chill like all the dusties. He even lectured me on me husband as if I had no right to try and help him. He was cold, cruel, he was. Yeah, the Dusty calls himself Gravesend. I know not his first name. He has a table at the Dustman Bar in the Hive, gathering dust. I believe the place is named. Ye can most like find him there, trying to get more people to sign his contracts.
Updated my journal.
Head out to the street outside, go to the memorial stone, then head south and west from there. She taps her finger against her chin. You should run right into it. There's one of them walking corpses out front. I won't turn away such a friendly gesture, but I must ask ye not to let on I asked ye to do such a thing. Me husband has a terrible temper, and if he were to find out... I can lie or I can promise. Okay then. Does that qualify as a quest? Yes. Okay.
All right.
I mean, I don't know what the end game of this whole thing is, but I'm just finding stuff to do and I'm doing them. Why are you? Oh, because it's hidden behind the arch. That's why.
Updated my journal.
Farad is a collector. If you would wish to know more of him, I am told that Initiate Emmerich in the Gathering Dust Bar also seeks him. It may be he that can help you. Alright. Fair enough. So I'm guessing this is the mortuary. Yep. Don't necessarily want to go back in there. So, just looking to see if there's anything else about. Pox? Okay. This cowled figure is hunched by the mortuary gate. His face is obscured by the shadows of his hood. What little you can see is his chin, which is covered with stubble and what appears to be a foul green and purple rash. The rash seems heaviest around his neck, fading as it crawls up to his chin. Can only wonder how he got his name. The figure doesn't budge. There is a moment of silence, and he responds in a high-pitched voice that sounds more suited to a girl of 10 years than a man. Hi? Pox I am. Hi. Wait for deaders? Find a deader, take him through the gate, get some jink, then again I wait. What do you mean, again? Hi, many time you ask. Pucks always do. How many... What do you know about me? You a deader who don't stay deader for long. Hi, deal square with Pox, you do. No. I'm sure there might be a reason, but for now, no. I'm good. Vines with black leaves. The stems look extremely sharp. Okay. Bane the Sender. You see a heavy-set man with sharp features and a pained expression. Despite his huge frame, however, he has an effeminate look about him, and unlike the other residents you've seen, he looks to have bathed recently. As you approach, he looks up hopefully and calls out in a high voice. Craddock. Craddock? A thousand apologies, good sir, if I have taken offense. I am called Bane the Sender, third child of Bane the Sender. I am one of the many runners of the employ of the House of Senders. Yet. I almost didn't see the word yet. A thousand apologies for troubling you with such a trivial matter, but I seek Craddock, an overseer in the hive. But alas, he eludes me. No. I am bound to deliver a message to him, and as yet fortune has chosen not to favor me. Bane's face lights up like a lantern. Oh, fortunate day for Bane and the House of Senders. Any assistance you could provide would be most welcome. If you could find this Craddock and pass along the message, I shall see to it you are paid for your troubles. Bane recites the message almost like a mantra. The shipment must be cursed by the third day, or there will be a penalty. I am told that Craddock will know of the shipment to which the message pertains. So he is said to be a giant of a man, stern of features, that he is an overseer in one of the hive marketplaces. Alas, I know little else than that. Should fortune favor you and you are able to bear the message to Craddock, be so kind as to return and tell me of it. I will see that your efforts are rewarded.
Updated my journal.
So... aha. Okay, so the purple ones are just the new ones that I hadn't actually, looked at. Okay, and I can actually see the ones that I've actually completed. Good. Quentin, elderly hive dweller. Death of names, okay. This obsidian monument has names chiseled on it. Okay, so this is probably the memorial stone that was mentioned. The man before you looks to be middle of height and years. He is stout with a thick, bullish neck, and his shoulders are hunched as if a great weight was pressing upon them. He wears an impatient look as he stares at the black monolith in front of him. It's a tombstone for the plains. Graveyards of names are scratched on that rock. Can only hope my name's the one that'll split this stone in twain. He points at the base of the monolith. Quentin, right there, hammered in just hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. Hey, the Dusties scratched the names of the dead on this monument here, and on the walls of this place. Not enough space for my reckoning, but no matter. They do their best. Can barely read half the names. Read the new arrivals. Try and find a new one every day. Try and remember if I knew them. Nothing more. Hey, they scratch them on this rock and scratch them on the walls in this place too. I don't know why they take the trouble of taking accounting of the dead. The Dusties have more care for the living. You know about the dustman mourners that come to this place. They aren't mourning the dead, see. They are mourning the living. You can barely get a word in the Medjwise without 'em asking to mourn some poor living Burke for ye. From what I've heard about the dustmen in general, they're mourning the fact that they are still living. Period. It seems to me the dead are thrice worth the pity of any poor and living in this poor sod living in this pit. Every name on there is blessed in my book, it is. Yeah, that seems to be relevant to me. You mean come back from death? Not a one, Cutter. Everyone that lives dies, and that's the way of things. Still considering the planes go on forever and all, I suppose anything's possible. Alright. Yeah, that's a lot of names. Dweller, Hive Thugs. Anything else? Okay. So, wasn't that... Yep, the Gathering Dust Bars are right there. I thought that's where that was. Oh. I thought they were saying something besides the usual Piccolo.
Chief, what are we doing in here? Let's say we just give this place the laugh, all right?
Seer the Skeptic. Roach. I seem to recall someone of that. Let's see, didn't. Oh, okay. Gravesend was the one that I thought I read Noroch. Heard the Noroch being a name that that I'd come across.
Done.
Dustman, Zombie Worker, Emmerich. Oh! There's Mortai. Let's see what I can do about this contract here. This tiny wizened man is dwarfed by his huge dustman robes. They look as if they were chosen to cloak his small stature. Although he looks to be in his late 90s, this man is extremely energetic. He fidgets continuously and his eyes dart around the bar like a bird's. The man's eyes gleam as he takes your measure and he gives a slight nod in greeting. Hail, well met, traveler. You look like one who is just getting their sigil legs about them. Yeah, that's about right. Pardon me, have we met before? Your face seems familiar somehow. I don't recall you. Maybe I was mistaken. Well, no matter, no matter. How is it that Mortai Gravesend may help you? Do you seek a contract, perhaps? Mayhap. I do not recall the name, however. I'm afraid that is impossible. The contract is signed, settled, and binding. Let's see. I can bluff him, or I can actually threaten him. Simply. That it is now a matter of law, not a matter of discussion.
Updated my journal.
He's one of those collectors, isn't he? I know little of him. I think Initiate Emmerich mentioned him in passing. Emmerich should be around here in the bar somewhere. He can usually be found in the far corner at the head table, I believe. Forgive me, but I must ask again. Are you sure we haven't... I do not recall you. Uh-huh. Yeah, I kinda am, but I found you. He's dressed in dustman robes and is regarding you with a stony gaze. You have the look of one lost. Did the wind send you, or are you here with a purpose? I am Emmerich, factotum and initiate of the Fourth Circle. If you measure ownership in copper, this is not my establishment. If you measure ownership in spirit, it is mine. The dustmen here are my students. They are under my protection. Yeah, I have some questions. Yep. That's the question. I suspect he stole something from me. The collective Farad has brought many corpses to the mortuary of late. One must ask where these bodies are from. Possibly, maybe. Might be getting it a little in over my head on this, but... I want to find him regardless. If you spoke with the Collector Farad and returned with his answers, you will have done a great service for the Dustman. Find where the dead he brings to us are from, and you will be rewarded. Your path is your path. Return here when you have the Collector Farad's answers. It is not known to me where the Collector Farad is. He hides from the eyes of the Dustman. I would seek other collectors and ask them your question. Okay. Alright. Spoke with it. I'm glad it keeps track of, my, my quests and such, because I would not be able to remember these things otherwise. Has no reflection of the bar in it? Excuse me. Alright then.
All right.
I might try my luck trying to get that contract after saving. Just so I don't do anything that can't be undone. So, I guess... Let's see, was there any... There wasn't... Okay, so... Oh, there's... Okay, so there's a couple places I hadn't been to. And then there's other regions of the hive in general. Okay, alright. So I guess this I would go to that one, alley. Okay. So it looks like this game is mostly centered around the hive and those around it. So I guess join me next time when we just go around, do random things, and see what happens. So until then, this is MeleeWizard, and have a nice day.